and gentlemen, it is time for another stream. It's another summer day. It's actually kind of cool outside. It's not hot. 66 degrees. I would not call that hot. I would call that cool. In fact, when you live where I live, we really have pretty good weather. I have to tell you, we have great weather. Why am I talking like Trump? I feel like I gotta tell you, we have great weather. Great weather. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing a game. It's about to start. I hate to cut the music off because it's really groovy, but we're here to play, not to play music. Today's game is HD Poker. I am your host with the most. And I actually want to see if my face is in the right... I want to take my face and I want to move my face a little bit up like this. And I'll show you why right now. You're about to see why. And then we'll get into... Okay, there you go. Can you see why? That's why. And we'll see how much... We'll figure that out as we go. There we go. So hold on a second here. Let me move a little bit more. There we go. We'll check that. That should be good to go. I think I might be covering somebody's face, but I'm okay with that. Let's move on. I've got an ace. I'm thinking that's probably the high card in this situation. I'm going to raise the stakes a little bit. See if we can win this hand. It looks like there could be a queen and a 10. Somebody has 10 queen. They got me beat. I'm going to go ahead and bet big. That's a big bet for this hand. And we're going to start this thing outright. Let's see what we got here. I've got an ace. I've got it. I just had a feeling that was going to be a winner. Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Pebble. I am a streamer, and this is what we do. We stream, and then we put it on YouTube for everyone to enjoy on a regular, permanent basis, because Twitch only keeps the videos for so long. And we're playing poker because it's been a while since I played poker on a stream, and I actually, for a while there, I was playing it. There was the WSOP, the World Series of Poker, so it seemed like, I don't know, I like to have sort of a reason why I do stuff, and a feeling, and that kind of thing, and I definitely was feeling the WSOP energy. And then once the WSOP ended, I play poker all the time, so I still had the feeling, and that's what we're doing. Very fun game. I feel like I have the best hand here, and I'm going to go ahead and bet the pot. I'm going to bet the pot, and we'll see what happens. That's a very confident person right there that just bet with me. Who else is coming in? They're thinking about it. Lesbianka's thinking about it. Nope. All right. We're just going to check it back. I don't think this guy has what he thinks he has. So I'm going to go ahead and call. I right now have 3 kings. So I'm willing to bet that I've got the best hand. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't. I lost. But I still have 10 million. I thought I had the best hand. Nice one. So we could still fight our way back. I mean, now's the time to do it. A7's a good hand. A7's a great hand. Having an ace is fantastic. We're just going to go all in on this one. We're going to try to get everybody's antes, and we're going to try to win our money back here. So let's see if we can win our money back. This is a lot of people in the hand. Hopefully it thins out a little bit. That's what we're hoping. Less hand means less people that can... There we go. We should win this one. And that's probably what we'd win is 37.75. So whoever bets right here could win the side pot. Anybody right now is gambling for the side pot. I would imagine I probably have the best hand on the table. I have a really good two pair. Everybody's sort of, let's see, Lesbianca. And there we go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. There you go, folks. Back in town. Boys are back in town. So, it's been a while, and with HD Poker, that's the name of this game, by the way. It's a free game. I'm not getting paid to advertise that, but the more people that do it, the better. I think it would be cool to see people come on and join. Look for Van Pebble. I'm not always a woman. Sometimes I play other characters. This is a really cool character. I really like it a lot. I just won this character recently. I think it's really, really cool looking. And I think it's a great site. I think it's a lot of fun. It gives you the value of hands. And I like this. Excuse me. I like this game a lot because it gives me a chance. I just bought some water today. I love water. This stream is not. It's not sponsored by anyone, but if it is someday, I would love water to sponsor me. I'd love it. I'd love it. I bought a 40 pack of water today. 40 pack of these, right? This is 16.9 ounce of water. I bought 40 of it. I walk to the market and I walk home. So I had to bring a backpack. It was really, really heavy. I regretted it instantly, but I don't regret it now. So one of the great things about playing HD Poker is it's a different game and it's a different pace, and it gives me a chance to talk a little bit about what I've been up to. If I want to, I could talk about the game. I'm in and out. I'm in the game. I'm always in the game. Always. The game comes first. But we also get to talk about what we've been up to, and one of the biggest challenges in my life right now is work, job. Finding a job that works for me and finding a job that doesn't suck. And it's really a life journey. I'm 50 years old. I've been working since I was 16. Joined the military at 18. And I've just been a working guy my whole life. And I've never had a good job, and I've never had a good boss. I've never had good opportunity, and I don't think I was a good worker for all those years. I think I probably became a good worker by the time I was in my probably 35, I would say 40. That's when I started I'm serious, when I was 40 years old. That's when I started feeling like I was let's take a look at the table real quick. All right, okay, all right. Let's just can we go to the table for a second? I know where I was conversationally, but let's look at the table. Let's see where we are. Let's take a look at everybody's money. We're not out of it. We really got screwed, and we really screwed ourselves. And that, I think we all remember the hand that we got screwed on. But this is our chance, possibly. I like the ace. We still have enough money. We're still in this thing. Now, this would be a mistake. I don't think I'm going to go all in on this. I'm going to fold it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have what those guys had. The king, I think, is going to win it here. There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, the job thing has just been really challenging. So, I think I got good at working when I was 40 because I had been through a lot of bullshit jobs, and I just started to learn how to talk at work and how to behave and how to even when you're just trying to be real, sometimes you could come across as a jerk, or you could say the wrong thing. Even when I'm not trying, sometimes I'm so tired I would be so tired at some of these jobs that I would just accidentally say stupid shit because you're tired and you're not thinking, and then you go, oh wait, I just told that girl that I love to eat peaches and I don't know her. Does she think I'm saying, you know what I mean? Really weird. And you're God. So when I turned 40, I really stopped being a schmuck, learning how to like really talk to people, what it's like, how to work hard, how to be a good worker. So I'd say for like the last 10 years, I haven't worked all those years because COVID happened, and then like I didn't work for a little while for the COVID thing. I don't think I can beat this person. I had a pair of sevens. Why does that happen sometimes? Did you have better than a pair of sevens? Jack 5. Yeah, I'm going to play this hand. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I like Jack 5. I like that it's, Jack is a high card, obviously. It's got two of the same, two hearts. There's two more hearts on the board. So it was a good decision. Now, we just have to see what everybody's going to bet or not bet here. And hopefully, this guy's got a lot of money. Sometimes these guys like to throw their money around. But thankfully, he just checks. We check. Boom, there's a 10. That doesn't help us. Doesn't hurt us either because we still have a flush draw. And no one seems to really have anything. So there's going to be a lot of people that just don't have anything. Just check it. Just check it. Check it back. Just check it. Okay. And boom, that doesn't help us or hurt us. We definitely don't. We might have the best hand. Maybe we have the best high card, but I'm not willing to pay for it. And I don't think I have the best card. Oh, why does that happen? Okay. Now I'm just trying. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll communicate with people just to kind of poke at them. I know that a lot of people don't want to talk. Now this hand right here, this is a really nice hand. This is Ace King. We only have 24 million. This would be a good place for us to get a win. We have the cards. That's not a good flop for our cards, but because of what we have, I almost feel like we should play this. So I'm going to go all in on this. And if we lose, it's okay because we got more money and it's all good. But I would feel like a fool if I didn't try. I just have great cards, which I'm learning. Because I think sometimes part of me plays too tight. I play too tightly. Now I have outs. I could get a 5. A 5, an ace, a king would give me something. Last card comes up. It's a 3. I don't have it. And I lost the whole thing and I'm out. Which is okay because we have a lot of money to play more stuff, and we're going to play this one right now. This one looks like it's starting right away. So, yes. Work. Yeah, it's very interesting. And I finally feel like I'm a good worker. I finally got a job that doesn't tire me out completely, but that I'm also able to... I feel like I enjoy it. I like doing it. I like being a security guard. I like being like a person that is safe for people. I'm unarmed at the moment. I think eventually I'm considering doing it just because it pays more and I'm not afraid of guns, but I'm not really a gun guy. So it's kind of weird. Maybe it sounds weird to say out loud, like, I'm thinking about maybe getting a gun. You know what I mean? I don't take it lightly. Like I said, I'm thinking about it. Carrying a gun is not as safe as people think it is. Like I've talked to people about it, and it's like just having it puts you in like makes people want to test you, you know? So, but I do enjoy what I do. I do enjoy security. I'm having problems with the people, the companies. One of the main problems I'm having right now is I work for these third-party companies. By the way, if anybody from the job that I currently work watches this, I'm not talking about you. Okay? I just say that for insurance purposes. Let's just assume I'm not talking about you. But the problem with a lot of the jobs that I find myself getting, I'm going to fold this. And we're going to try to win this one, guys. We're going to try to win all these, by the way. So we may be talking, but my eye is on the prize. It's on the prize. And this is a very nice hand, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and... I got this. 7-7's nice. Yeah. So one of the big problems that I'm having, it's not a great flop for 7-7. If anybody matches any of those, you know, but we'll just check it. So there's queens. I've got queens and sevens. So anybody that has a pair of ace or a jack automatically beats me. This is not a great hand for us. Somebody has a 10, maybe. Somebody's got to have. It's not necessarily true, though. Let's see what we got here. There you go, ace. There's your ace. There you go. So that's funny. Then he has fours. Okay. So I work as a security guard for. I've just started doing it like a year ago. And I talked about how I'm older. I was in the military when I was younger, and I decided I didn't want to do anything involving military when I got out. I was not happy to be in there. And someday I'll tell my military story. Just wasn't my bag. We made it through boot camp, and we were in there for about 4 years. Again, it's a long story. But I just wasn't happy about it. And when I got out, the last thing I wanted to do was be in any kind of military situation or this kind of situation or just any cops, none of it. So years and years and years later, I want to play this, but I'm not going to. We don't have a lot of money here. I would say like that was when I was 18. Now I'm 50. And all of a sudden it's like, I do a job, like a temp job, as a security guard. It's a temp thing. And I work for the day, and I like it. It's like you're not running around, you're kind of standing around. And I actually kind of took it seriously, like not too serious, where I was an asshole, but serious enough where it's like, hey, this guy is like, he's watching, you know? And I did my job, and I found myself liking it. So I ended up hustling, finding a company that would hire me. Now here's where we go. Here's the problem that I keep running into with security jobs. And that is, and if current people excluded, we have a pair of sixes on the board, which is great, by the way. Keep an eye on that. Somebody might have, well, that's a big bet. But they could be just trying to, like, they're representing maybe a straight. They could have a straight. 6, 7, 9, 5, 6. They could have 5, 8, 5. Probably trying to get a straight. I don't think they have it, so I'm going to go in there. I've got a heart in my hands. Doesn't help me. The only thing I could do now is I've got sixes. Sometimes it's cool to just show, oh, they had 3 9s. I've learned actually to show the bullshit. Don't show the real card, show like a bullshit card so that people don't know what you really had. So the thing I keep running into is, and maybe because I'm new at security, is that there's these companies that I heard someone refer to it as a third party company. Look at that. 3 nines on the board. Let's watch the end of this thing. Okay. So these third party security companies. So third party, right? What does that mean? So what that means is, some of you know, I get hired at a company. Let's call them third party security, right? So third party security is this big company that hires a bunch of people like me and these other security guards, and they basically throw us out to all these companies that hire them. They hire third party to cover their shifts. Now, a lot of times, I had a flush, by the way. I had a flush, but I bet I didn't have high enough flush, though. I did actually. I would have won that. So, third party company, right? So they hire me, and they hire full-time people, and they hire part-time, but I'm having trouble getting full-time or part-time. A lot of it is like on call. So what it is they'll say, look, let's say McDonald's, right? Wendy's, right? These little places that are food places that are in kind of a little bit of a dangerous area, but not too dangerous. They'll call an unarmed guard like me, and they'll say, can you send a guard over to our place? So you go over to those places and you just do a security guard job for them for a shift, usually. Well, the problem I'm running into is with these third party places is that they want to give you really long shifts, like 11-hour shifts. That's one problem I have. Another problem is I like this king right here. I'm going to play this. Another problem I have is long shifts, and then they'll call me like an hour or 2 hours before the shift starts and go, can you work an 11-hour shift in an hour? Can you do it? I'm like, no. No. You know? So, 160. All right, I've got a pair of sixes. This guy must, hold on a second, 2, 3, 4. I don't think they have 3, 4. I'm just going to go all in like a jerk. I'm going to play aggressively with a pair of sixes. My guess is Flickin' is fishing. That's their name. Okay, they have a good hand, actually. So we could still get a straight here. 3. Okay, we messed up. That's okay. We're gonna play a lot of games. We're gonna play for a while today, so that's okay. I'm gonna go all in. I just want to start over. I just fucked up. I'm so it's a good try though. I think it was a good play. It was a good play. Let's take a look back on that, please. If we could take a look back, please. Take a look back, please. We had sixes. They had tens. It's unfortunate. But we still had a chance. We could get another 6. We could have gotten a straight, possibly. It was not a dead situation, but certainly not the best. And we're definitely drawing dead here, so which is good. I just want to get out of this game. Yes. Let's watch us lose, and then let's move on to the next. Then I can tell my story, which is good. Tell my story. Come back to playing more poker. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Can I go now, please? I just want to go. All right. Thank you. Great game. Okay. We'll do another 80 mil. Why not? We've got money to burn right now. Let's do it. Let's do 80 mil. So, third-party security companies. Third-party security company, let's call it third-party security. They have a bunch of these places. They have Wendy's, they have malls, but a lot of the places that they have, at least that I seem to be getting, are shithole places where the people, there's a lot of reasons why these places are shitty. It's not just the outside. Sometimes it's not a bad area and it's not bad people. But when you go to these places, I had one job. Again, I'm not talking about any job that I work at now, but let's just say recently I had a job that I was sent to where the people that I worked with were concierge people, but they weren't security, they were concierge. And so they had they didn't like us because we were security people. And even one of the people told me, like, they don't really believe in us. They don't like, one girl goes, oh, this company, they try, but they're not really that good. Those poor people, that's what she said. Those poor guys, they try, but they're not. And so the people that I was supposed to be working with hand in hand, like I'm security, they're concierge, their job is to we have a radio, their job is to radio me, I'm supposed to radio them. And it just, they didn't really seem to like me having any kind of like power at all. Like it sort of felt like they just felt like tripped out. Why are these guys here? We hate security, we hate them. But they're very bossy, and those were the kind of things that you could run into in a security world, where when you're just a hired gun, because I'm not a permanent member, you'll meet different people every shift. And so the next person that you meet, like the one person I got along with great, but then the next shift you come in, that person doesn't know you, and they don't know that I know what I'm doing. So that person, like, got this really horrible, like, rap, thinks he's like a rapper. I'm a concierge. Yo, what's up, yo? He talk like this and all that. And he's like, yo, you better hurry up. And I'm like, dude, don't tell me to hurry up, you fucking idiot. Like, it was one of those kind of things. Anyway, so those are the kind of situations that I find myself in. I wish it was more permanent, but that's where I'm at. I would rather be doing what I'm doing than doing what I was doing, which is working in kitchens, which also sucks. Even being a cook, you're constantly having to prove yourself, compete with people. It's too easy for somebody to just say that your work isn't good in a kitchen. It's too easy for someone to not like you. And that's one of my biggest things in the workplace is I'm not really going to work in the world because I'm a friendly people person. I'm a computer guy. I like to sit here at the computer. I enjoy that. But this isn't going to pay my bills. It's just not. Right? I'm on a different path than a lot of these other kids that were able to get into streaming and make money. That's great. I would love to do it, but it's not how I get paid, and I don't mind having a real job. But it's just been tough. And it's been a challenge, and it's a challenge I'm up for. Absolutely. But anyway, back to the game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the game here. This is an $80 million game, a tournament, if you will. We already lost a player. I feel a lot more comfortable now. I just blew a couple wads there, but I feel better now. Doing good. It's going to be a good game. Hey. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm taking interviews, but we've learned a lot in the past couple weeks. So I was doing one job, and I got on a bus on my way home from the job. And the casino tournament, yeah, it seems like a cool table. Go ahead and run that. So this is a cool table too, though. So I meet this dude on a bus. I don't really talk to people like in public. People are weird. Are they drunk? I mean, I have to really read the person before I start getting in a conversation. I don't trust anybody. I'm at the point where it's like, so, ooh, nice. 6-6. Good. Full house. Nice. Good job. So, nice hand. Let me tell him. Nice hand. See, I'm nice to people. That's really annoying, though, that happens. Okay, so, Queen 2, I'll fold that. So I'm on the bus talking to this guy, And he's like, "Hey, man, your security?" And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, a lot of these conversations, they go a certain way, and you can feel your way through it. Sometimes it's somebody just being a schmuck. A lot of times it's usually like somebody being a douchebag in some way, shape, or form. So I always try to be a little bit like, "Yeah, how's it going?" And you know what I mean? Okay. But the guy seemed friendly, and he was like, "Hey, you work security?" I was like, "Yeah, I sure do, man." And I was like, "Do you do that too?" And he's like, I do." And he was like, again, he was well spoken. He wasn't trying to be like. It just didn't seem like he was going to try to scam me out of anything. By the way, we had a 2, so we go to 2, 3, 4, 5 on a straight draw. If I would have played this, but there's no way I was going to play Queen 2. That happens a lot in these games where people will say, like, the other people at the table will be like, "Oh, I would have gotten a straight," and the cards they have was like 7-2, and my response is always like, "Yeah, but if you play 7-2, you're an asshole. Like, why?" You know what I mean? So anyway, meet the guy on the bus. The guy's a nice guy. Talking to the guy. In fact, the guy was really, really nice. He said to me, and normally, like, people like to have a sort of like, sometimes what I experience from people is once they find out I'm a guard, they want to find out if they can get hired. I want to get hired too. Like, there's a lot of people just like have weird social. Like, I don't care that you want to get hired. Like, I'm not representing the fucking company. I just work for it. You know, it's not my job to, you know what I mean? Like, I know the company probably wouldn't like that, but it's not my job to be like, "Oh, would you like to work for our company? Well, let me tell you." Like, that's not my fucking thing, and I'm not going to do it. But anyway, this guy didn't do that. This guy said, "You work for third-party companies, don't you?" Because this is why he said that, because I was like, "Yeah." I go, "Yeah, it's," he goes, "Do you like it?" And I go, "Yeah." Like that. I go, "It's okay." And he goes, it's third party company, huh?" And I was like, "Third party?" And I thought about it. I'm going to fold this hand, by the way. I don't have anything at all. I thought maybe the 5, 6, 7, but the 9 came up, and it didn't work out for us. So, the guy goes, "Oh yeah," he goes, "Did they treat you okay?" And he was, again, a nice guy. So I decided, like, I'll open up, because and I was also feeling like sometimes you can pick my spots. This seemed like a good spot. It seemed like an okay guy. And I thought maybe I could pick this guy's brain. Some people do help. Not everybody's advice sucks. I'd say like 90% of the advice I get from people is shit. But 10% has a little gem. I'd say 9% has a gem. 0.1% is good. It's very rare. And I happen to walk into the 1%. The guy goes, "You know what? There's a better way to get security jobs than these third-party companies." He goes, I mean, he basically told me everything that I was experiencing. Like, they don't treat you well. You barely get breaks. Your break room is like the janitor's closet. You don't have a break room. And they just generally are using you as a body. And like I was telling you, my problem with the concierge, like you have a problem with the people because nobody's communicating. So you get there and nobody knows who you are, and people just treat you like dirt. He's like, if you get hired at a hotel as a hotel security guy, for example, then you got something. Now you're a hotel employee. Now, I'm going to fold here. I shouldn't have folded that, huh? I maybe shouldn't have folded that. But I feel like he has a king. He's got 176 million. Yeah, I fucked up on that one. Good bluff. I was... why is that happening? It's a good bluff. It's a long game. We could still come in there and do something. It's fine. So it's interesting. So the guy was right. And basically he was like, if you want to work security, you should really try to do it for that place, not for another place that's going to hire you out, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get what you're getting now. You're basically just a hired gun, and it's just going to get lower and lower. It's not going to get better. He didn't really say that. He was a lot more, he really was more well spoken. Not like he was fucking Shakespeare, but that was no, he wasn't doing that. But he was saying his shit in a way that was constructive, but not like, "Hey, you fucking idiot," you know what I mean. So I did something I never do, which is that I gave the guy a hand job. No, I'm kidding. No, I did. I just want to see if you were paying attention. I did something I would never do, which is I actually gave which is close. I gave him my phone number, but I was like, he's like, if you have any questions, you can text me. And I got a good feeling from the guy, like that he wasn't trying to like mamby-pamby or some kind of weird thing. Or I never got a text from the guy after that. He never texted me like, "You want some drugs?" Like, it was never that. So I do believe that the guy just had he just was a good guy. And so so far I've had some great interviews because of it. I haven't gotten a job yet from it, but that really woke me up. And it's a journey, man. This whole thing, life is a journey, of course. Let's get back to the game. The game is a journey as well. I'm going to bet 7 mil. My general rule is that on the flop, if I've got the best pair on the board and it's a high pair, I'll bet big. Now I'm going to chill. I don't think this guy has a king. I really don't. He's got a lot of money though. I'm going to try to bet a little bit more. I'm going to bet higher than that. I'm going to go like, this could screw me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, I didn't think that they had, I didn't think you had a king. Okay, so now we've got a queen again, and I love this idea of riding the momentum. When you have a nice hand like that, ride the momentum. Got a queen in our hand. Is 4 a great card? No, it's not. But the queen's good, and there's only 2 other people in the hand. So it's not a great flop for a queen 4, but like that's going to get me out. I'm out. And we're looking good, by the way. We have 117 million. We're in this. We're definitely in this thing for sure. And what I always think mentally with this game is, if I could just get top 3, at least I can make my money back that I paid for the tournament. It's not real money, but you treat it like it's real in your mind. So that was good. That was a good experience. Like I said, it was good all around. Because I don't usually like talk to people on buses and shit. That's good for us. So here we go. We're gonna be very careful here. It's 14 mil. We're gonna bet 4 million. Very careful. That's a feeler bet. I'm gonna call that a feeler bet, and I'm gonna bet another 4 mil. And he was gonna, of course, follow me. Right? He's going 34. I think he probably doesn't have an ace, but he might. Let's see what he does. If he goes all in, I'm going to follow him. Thank you. Oh, he had 6 and not... Okay. Got it. Okay. Got him. That's good. That's okay. It happens. Good try. Let's play another tournament. We're just going to play a bunch of tournaments today. Going to play a bunch of poker. Have a bunch of fun. Yeah, sometimes we talk, sometimes we don't. Whatever we feel like. I don't try not to get on a soapbox, but I do feel like the card game is very cathartic. 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 All right. There's no pun. There's no pun that really works there. That doesn't make me want to punch myself in the face. But this is fun to talk about, and I've learned a lot so far. And I wasn't learning shit for a while there. Like when I was working in kitchens, I just wasn't learning anything. I wasn't learning like how to better my situation. Like I worked at a comedy club as a cook, and I was running, it was a small kitchen, but I was the guy. And it was like 4 nights a week, but it was cool because it was just me. And then sometimes they'd have this guy in there that was, by the way, my nose is very itchy. I'm sorry. We had this guy that was a mute. He couldn't talk. He couldn't hear. So he couldn't talk. He couldn't hear, but he was like a really cool guy. And I would have to learn like a little bit of sign language for chicken fingers, which I think is, which is this, chicken fingers, I think. So, J2 comes up on that's tough. We could have had a J and a 2. Could have had a Jack and a 2. Could have had a 2 pair. So, I was a cook at this is where I was a cook at a comedy club, and it was a nightmare situation. I actually did, if you want to go back, I wish I knew exactly which one it was, but I played poker and talked about what a nightmare the place was to work. See, it poisons me to even think about. By the way, we had a full house here. We folded a full house. We're going to show people that we had it. Maybe we won't show anybody. No, we have to. I just feel so silly that I folded that. But again, J2, I like King 2, I'll play because it's diamonds, and it's a king. Anytime I have a king in my hand, I feel pretty comfortable. But Jack is, there was a period of time where if I had a Jack, even if I had double Jacks, I would lose. Like Jacks were just like bad luck for me. I don't know what it was. I went through a period of time. It was a bad run, bad time. But yeah, the work thing is interesting. The cook thing was interesting. That place was where I was a cook in a comedy club, and it was a nightmare. And I won't even get into it because we just don't have time. There was so much bullshit that happened there. But that was one of the reasons. That was right around COVID, and that was where I just decided we're not going to do this anymore. We're not cooking anymore. We're not going to be around these fucking jerk off people. It was a horrible situation. Again, no time to get into it now. And this is kind of interesting. I actually did, just for 1 minute, I am going to bet here because I don't think anyone has what I have. And I'm going to raise it to 120. Because I think the king is the high card here. Nobody has a straight. There could be a straight. A 10, ace, I doubt it. What do you guys got? Ace. Oh, he does. He had it straight the whole time. Nice. Oh, he had ace king. This guy. Wow. Okay. I was out of my element in that hand right there. So the funny thing about the kitchen job at the comedy club, it was right around COVID, and that was the last job. Like that was a job I had, and then COVID, it was like 2 years with no job. Like I was nervous about the COVID thing. I'm sorry. It seemed real to me. I don't know. I think real people were dying. I don't know. I don't want to get political, but I would hazard a guess that it was fucking real, So, So I was, the comedy club was like my last cooking job, and years later, maybe 4 or 5 years later, 4 years later, I did a stream, and I did, oh, there we go, King Jack. This is when I like a Jack. This is when I like a Jack. Like a Jack. So All right, that's not good. That's a horrible flop, actually. That's a terrible flop. Terrible flop. Yeah, it's really bad. I'll check it along, but I don't like this at all. There's just nothing good about this at all. Yeah, this is no good. If everybody's going to check it, I'll keep checking it along. I'll bet 20K. Why not? If it's only 20K, why not? That's what I was going to say. Okay, so I was doing a stream and I was doing HD poker, and for some reason, what always happens to me is I'm going to play this hand, by the way. I think of like really, because the job thing has just been a struggle for my whole life. You know, I just have never really, I didn't go to college. That's true. But like, just doesn't matter. It feels like just the job thing in general. I've just had really bad luck with it. I've just always felt like it's just a horrible, I've had the worst situations happen to me, and that job was one of them. And so anyway, I was doing a stream and I just happened to be waxing about terrible jobs, and I was talking about that club, and it's a comedy club in Seattle. I didn't give the name or anything, but I was talking about some of the people, and I really went off on some of the stories because I was sexually harassed. You see what I'm saying? I was sexually harassed. I don't have anything here. I'm just going to fold. I have a 5. That's not a good bet. 120K for this? What do you have? You going to tell me? Yeah, I got to tell me. Maybe you were bluffing then, but... So, I was sexually harassed. I'll just say that, right? And I went on, dude, and I told the detail about the story. Anyway, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, actually. I don't have a problem with that. Because I think I was, like, blown away that I was sexually harassed, and I was, like, trying to explain to people, like, anybody could get sexually harassed, dude. It could happen to anyone. And so, I told my story, and it was a good stream, I thought, and I don't really have a lot of viewers, so I just thought, like, nothing's going to become of it. And I got a text, like an angry text from the owner of the club. And for some reason, I couldn't read the text because I think he was able to, like, unsend it or something. But somehow, I think he got a hold of it. So, if you're watching this, go fuck yourself. The guy's name was... No, I'm not going to say the guy's name. I try to keep it a little fictional as far as names go and stuff. But I will tell you guys this. I was sexually harassed by the building owner of the comedy club. This guy would not leave me alone. It was weird. I mean, and honestly, the guy was old. Like, I'm old, right? If you're watching this and you're, like, any kind of young age at all, you're like, clearly this is an older guy, right? But that guy was, like, in his 70s. And for some reason, and I know why, because I was happy to talk about the military because he was an Air Force guy. So he was talking about how he flew planes, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And for some reason, the guy, I didn't catch the vibe that he was a creep until much later down the road when he kept asking me for my number, and I didn't give him my number. And then one day, this is before all the creepy shit. By the way, I love this hand. I'm going to go with it. Ace-2 is a good hand. Let's take a time out from the story. I know where we are. Creepy guy, sexual harassment, comedy club, Seattle. Let's go. Horrible owner, horrible wife owner, terrible waitress. Okay, this is not good. I would say that person either has this. Since we're already doing this, let's just go for it. They're going to fold, I'm pretty sure. Just fold. Oh, they're going all in too. So far, I like my chances here. Whew. Wait a second. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, we had some big win for us. That was a very, very smart play. A lot of people would not have made that play. We're still in this, guys. I'm taking this seriously. Don't worry. Don't worry. Trying to win this one. So, you know, this comedy club thing was one of the last jobs that not only did I hate cooking because it was so hard. Like, it was a comedy club, so that was it was a very fast rush. It was based on shows, so like people come in and they order the food. They want the food really fast. The waitress was this skinny cokehead bitch. This is where I get inflammatory, but I'm not leaving any names, so who cares? And I know she was on coke. Everybody fucking knew, but nobody said anything. And she was probably dealing out of there too, most likely. But she was such a cunt. Like, even if she was doing all that, it's like, don't be a cunt to me, though. Like, I don't deserve that. And I was really a nice guy, and that job just burned me out to life. I was just like, I don't want to work around these people. I don't want to work around comedy clubs. I mean, I've never seen more desperate people in my life. This is why we were talking about it before, that because really it's, if you want to really people think about comedy, I've told people before, I worked at a comedy club as a cook. They go, oh, isn't that great? Like, I go, it's one of the worst experiences of my life. I've never met a more desperate people, especially bartenders. I hate bartenders. I've never liked them. Will never work in a bar again unless I'm a security guard at a bar. I will never work with bartenders. They're such assholes. They all think they're fucking great. They think they're talented. They think they're better looking than everybody, and that because they're handsome or pretty, that everybody should suck their proverbial cock and balls and vagina. And it's just the worst people you've ever met. And this one guy was a bartender. He had the same name as the guy that was the owner. That's as far as I can go with that. And this guy was a fucking creepy guy. He was a good-looking guy. And he wanted to be a comedian so bad, but he didn't have an act. So he would get on stage and do these horrible jokes. He's really, he was like an actor, I would say. A wannabe actor, but like he wanted so badly to be famous. He was so jealous when he would see the comics that were these ugly fucking rat-faced people, and they would have girls throwing themselves at them, and he'd be like, I want that so bad, oh, boom. And that guy was horrible to work for, because there was another girl too, was a bartender, and her whole thing was, oh, this is a great hand. Here we go. Ace King. All right. Yeah, I'll just bet along with everybody else. You know, you think, hey, I've got an Ace King, right? It doesn't mean shit unless it shows up on the fucking table, man. So this guy's obviously got something going. I'm going to let them fight it out. Yeah, they have something. I mean, the Jack. Oh, 555. Oh, nice. Very nice. Oh, that guy won too? Oh, the straight was on the board. This is very interesting. This is something I've been watching lately. It's the best hand that everybody has. So the best hand was on the board, apparently. So that's the hand that and they both split the pot. I'm going to fold that. I would have played that 10-5, but yeah, we didn't. Try to play this smart, you know? I'm going to play this game smart. Not that I wasn't playing smart before, but I was playing a little aggressive, a little too aggressive, just because I didn't give a shit. Guys, I've had, before we get back to our story about the asshole bartenders, worst people you've ever met, especially comedy club people, they're terrible, but I've been running through an exceptional amount of luck in this game lately. I won my net worth, if you look the upper right, is 3.3 billion. I am killing the game. I've been winning tournaments. That's why I have this pretty girl. That's why I'm a pretty blonde girl. You can only see the back of my head and my crown. I'm a princess. Because I've won chests. I've been winning. If you win a tournament, like a big one, this is a smaller one, I won a $200 million tournament. I won like 600 million, a chest full of like avatars. It was great. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Nines, I probably would have won that hand because I had a 9 to 10. But hey, you don't play, you don't get paid. We're going to play this one, though. 9 queen's good. The range of queen 9 is pretty good. Like queen 7, queen 8, queen 9. Good range there. Range for a straight, a high straight. Those are good cards to have. All right. So not a bad flop, but not a terribly great flop either. Nobody probably has anything right now. And my guess is whoever has the high card wins this one probably. And I was right. So, nice hand, Bogdan. Okay, my microphone's still on. That's important. So here we go. Okay, let's talk a little bit more here. Let's fold that hand, and let's talk a little bit more about the situation with working in a comedy club and why it not only stopped me from working at a comedy club again. I almost worked at a comedy club again, but I thought twice about it. It stopped me from wanting to work for showbiz kind of stuff, behind the scenes in showbiz. It stopped me from wanting to deal with small companies, small business owners, specifically business owners who are married. I find that, like, in this situation, the guy that owned the comedy club was a comic and the owner. But his wife was not a comic, and she was acting like the big wig, and she was one of the most unprofessional, cunty human beings, just treating people like slaves. Just a total bitch. Just not a good person at all, you know? We're going to play this. And she was terrible. Like, I would love to have like an argument with her and just tell her what a fucking bitch she is. As we get back to the game, Queen 10, Jack, we have a straight. We are not going to bet. We are going to let these guys. Now, here's another thing we have. We have a potential flush. The flush should. Now, if somebody has 2 spades in their hand, that's the only thing that could beat me at this point. And it could happen. So we're going to be very careful. However, we are going to have to bet. And we're going to have to bet about 300 more. Now, again, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see how we were going to lose that one. And we didn't. So we're in good shape. And again, we're top 3. That's what we want to be. Top 3. So there's 4 people left. We're in great shape, and we're going to go ahead and play this one. The antes are very high right now. You're looking at 120K for an ante. That's a lot of money to throw in the pot, but that's where we are. You want to win, you got to get it in. That's how they say it. So it's a situation where there's a lot of money out there. 2, 2, 4. I don't know if I really believe anybody has anything, but I'm just going to go ahead and get out of that one, just in case. Obviously, somebody has something. 4s. I mean, they had more than I had. And there's a flush. So now, ladies and gentlemen, there's 3 players left. We're one of them. We want to try to win this thing for sure. But getting top 3 is also good because you get your money back. Let's get out of this one. Get out. So that job at the comedy club was what really made me realize just how like shallow life can be, and I just wanted to get away from the shallow stuff, you know. At least as a security guard, there's nobody acting like a big shot. As a matter of fact, when you're around famous people and you're a security guard, and I've had the opportunity to like be around that a little bit, it's a very humbling thing. We're gonna play this. It's a very humbling thing to be security, because those people are really, you're looking out for their well-being, and there's not this, I find anyway. We're gonna go for it because we're gonna see if something can come up for us. Now, if they keep betting, we're gonna stop betting here, but we don't have anything. But we're gonna check. Checking is okay. So the comedy club was where I realized, like, I mean, it was a really bad situation to really finally get to the crux of the situation. I was sexually harassed by the owner of the building. So forget the people, you know, you got the horrible, I mean, there were so many things that were bad about this situation, but like the owner was a super, like, treated you like a slave, but also like just everything was like a horrible joke. He's really dark personality, just a dark guy, not a very nice guy. Seemed like he was nice, but really wasn't very nice. We're gonna go all in here, folks. We might be able to get something here. Yeah, that was a big play by us. It brings us. It brings the room closer as far as chips wise. Nobody's dominating. And now we got 3 people that are all playing for first place. And we're all pretty much in the same chip zone. Really, really high antes right now. 150 to 300K. It's about to be. This is a great hand. So I'm just going to go all in with it. I love it. Hopefully we can keep it going. Ace King. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. So now we're playing for first place. We got 2 players left. It was okay, queen, hold on. I'm playing this. I like the 4 on the table. They bet 250. I'm going to bet with them. I know it seems crazy, but I like now. You see how you get lucky? Now we go all in and we try to wrap this thing up. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, baby. Show him a 4, so he thinks I just had a 4. Even though obviously I had 2 pair. Why would I just go all in with a 4? Let them think that. Now I have 2 pair again, and here's what I do. I raise the stakes to 500K. He's going all in, so am I. Oh, they got a better 2 pair. Okay, so we got to fight our... We're still in this thing. Very, very much in this thing. And I haven't forgotten about our conversation, but this is the part where I'm really going to focus on the poker. But I'm glad we brought it up. It clearly needed to be talked about again by me. We just have 1 pair. Let's just... Cool. That was a nice win for us. About $1 million ahead. And we got Jack 6. Boom. Nothing there. They're betting. I'm folding. All right. Ace 5. Very nice. Very nice. Kind of. Bad flop. So they're playing very aggressively. Again, I'm going to fold this one too. Even though I had really good hands. So if I start feeling like they're just pushing me around, I will tighten up my game. But I think right now they're They probably have good cards. That's what I think, actually. I just think they were getting good cards. That does happen. So they're getting good cards right now. A7. So they're kind of in control. So we're going to raise it to 800K. Now we're going to go all... We have a 2-pair. We have 2-pair. This is a big hand, actually, and they know it. I'm going to go all in with them, and I think this is going to be us. We should win this whole thing here. 10-Jack King would hurt us. Oh, they had the flush. We just weren't going to win that, were we? I mean, we had everything going our way. So, I will finish the story because it's really not a story. I've already told my story a long time ago. I'm kind of just giving you bits and pieces anyway. I will say this. We did great, by the way. We won our money back, basically. I will tell you this, guys, and girls. The job, the comedy club, woke me up. You know, it really taught me a lesson that you gotta be comfortable where you work. You gotta be treated respectfully where you work. I did another poker stream, and we were talking about, I just had an interview with this big muscle guy, and the guy was treating me like total shit in the interview, and it was one of those things where I just had to nip it in the bud. Now, some jobs are confusing. Like, when I went to the comedy club to get a job there, they were really nice to me. Like, they were sweet people. They were putting on an act, which I didn't realize that they're actors. Like, comedians are actors. Like, this guy's wife was a wannabe comedian. She's very good at, like, doing live streams because she's just a great actress, but she's also like mentally fucked up in the head, and she definitely has some kind of a OCD or whatever the thing is, ADHD or whatever. Seems like everybody has it, but she definitely has like issues. But I think she's just an asshole. Like, I think by the way, I will say this, a lot of people that claim to have ADHD, some of you people are just assholes, all right? Let's fucking not get it twisted there. But anyway, the comedy club thing woke me up. I want to make a couple other points. There was a girl that worked there just sometimes as a bartender. She was such a fucking loser. But she thought she was cute and pretty, but her whole thing was she just wanted time on the stage. She wasn't funny. And it was like but her thing was like, hey, she was pretty, so she was getting booked. And there was another guy named Zippy or something. Again, I'm not using his real name, but something like Zippy. And he was molesting people. Like, he got caught later. When COVID happens, people were like, hey, this comedian who's doing like open mics, he was like the open mic guy who opened it up. He was molesting people. So there was a lot of stuff happening in the building, and that kind of stuff just becomes a dark magnet, and it just attracts more darkness. And I will say this to finish up the whole thing really is and we were just talking about bad jobs, and this job woke me up to not do comedy clubs, cooking, bosses that own, like husband and wife boss team, done with it. I don't want to deal with bartenders, waitresses, servers, people that think they're talented, any kind of talent thing. I'm out. I can't do it. So the owner of the building finally one day, he gave me a ride home. This is before he wasn't asking me for my number and stuff at this point. It's just like, hey, if you want to ride home. And I thought the guy was cool because he was a pilot. He used to fly planes. The owner of the building, right? So he's the building owner, which already I'm like, was tired of seeing the guy because he owns the building, but he's in there all the time. It's like, you don't own the business though, right? So why are you here so much? Well, it turned out like he was like hitting on me. I know what I look like, but for some reason I think I'm great, right? But like, I certainly don't, like, I don't know the guy was attracted to me. What can I tell you? I actually think the guy just probably thought I was gay. I'm not, but like, he thought I was probably. I don't know, right? And he gave me a ride home, and he's talking to me, and he just does the old put the hand on my knee thing and taps my knee a couple times, and that was it. I was like, oh, shit. And I said something to the boss. Hey, the guy touched my knee. It's kind of weird. I don't know. After that, the guy would not leave me alone. He didn't know that I had told them, obviously. And he's asking me to come do this. And he owned the building, so he would ask me to go up to the building. And I did one time, and I went, what the fuck am I even doing? I'm leaving myself open to this guy. I could beat his ass, but that's not good for me either. I can't be punching people and getting arrested and stuff. That's going to ruin my record. So it's a really tricky situation. The guy, eventually I quit the job, and it was so uncomfortable and everything. And like I said, I don't mind airing it out. Nobody knows what the name of the club is or whatever. But let me just say, I'm not laughing now. Laughs, but no laughs here. But no, we didn't give the name of the club or anything or any real names. The guy's name wasn't Zippy, all right? Okay? But guys, I've had some nightmare jobs, and probably what we'll end up doing is just getting it out in these kind of games, playing poker. I'm sorry that I didn't win. I came in second place. But look, I was reliving. I'm kidding. I wasn't reliving it. I feel great now. You know, when I would go to work, I would starting to feel that feeling. I was saying that on the other time that I did this stream, and we told the whole story in full. One of the things I was saying is I could really relate to people that are like truly harassed, because I was harassed by this person, and I was uncomfortable when they were around, when they weren't around. Just being in the building was uncomfortable. And everything about that place, when I would go to work, you start to feel it in your gut. And it already sucked. Like, the people sucked, the wife sucked, the comedy club guy, the unfunny owner sucked, the cokehead waitress. There was another kid that worked there that was the biggest idiot I've ever met in my life, because he was desperate. These people are desperate to be comedians. The comedy thing, when people say stand-up comedy, first of all, I don't like stand-up comedy anyway. I never really did, but I'm not going to lie to you and say, like, hey, it wasn't cool to be part of a comedy club. And obviously, look what we're doing. We're talking. So, of course, I have a commonality with a stand-up comedy. But to tell you the truth, when I would watch the comics, when I had time and I wasn't cooking, it really wasn't that special. It's not a special thing. It's just not my calling, maybe. Or maybe I just don't appreciate it. And I also feel like anybody could do comedy, and that's what makes it a little less special. And if people weren't so fucking... The minute somebody gets a set and get paid for a set, you want to see people just at their worst. Like, success is not for everybody, man. I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a good talk here. We have played poker. We have had conversations. Every time we stream, it's different. It could be this stream. It could be me just playing an intense game. We're going to call the stream here. We're going to say, have a great day. We will be streaming again, I think tonight, possibly. And I want to say, it might be this game. It's a puzzle, game. There's games that I really want to play, but I think the puzzle thing is something I want to jump back into. I miss it. And there's another game called The House of Da Vinci 3, which is a fantastic game. And I may want to play that as well. There's also Dave the Diver. It's difficult. But all I know is I'm done with this stream. Thanks for watching. Now you can go. And if you're still here, I would like you to do me a favor. I would like you to go to my Twitch channel. Again, you're still here? Then I don't feel bad. Twitch channel advertising this, because I wouldn't do this in the middle of a stream when we're trying to talk and we're trying to do business, like we're trying to do this business of a stream. It's nothing worse than going to a YouTube video and the person takes the middle of the YouTube video to advertise the goddamn fucking shit. So that's why we wait to the end to advertise our goddamn fucking shit. And here's my fucking shit right here. Go to my Twitter. I do cool stuff. I talk about sports. It's fun. It's opinionated. It's funny. It's never too over the top. And there's a streamer that I talk to sometimes. Well, I follow her and I just comment with her, but her name is Hannah. And she's a really good streamer on Kick. So if you get a chance, go see Hannah Ridgway on Kick. She's really, really funny and really pretty, but that doesn't matter because her personality is $1,000 and she's really cool. Her name's Hannah Ridgway. Go to her Kick stream. She's really, really, really cool. And look how pretty she is. So funny. And you know what she does? I don't usually do this, but I advertise my friends. It's not my friend, but I'll advertise people. She does Kick, and if you're new to Kick, it's perfect because people send her Kick streams from other artists on the Kick platform, and they give her clips, so you get to learn about like the different artists on Kick. It's really cool, and she sits there and like makes fun of it, talks about it, and like she's just really cool. And she also knows some of the stream. I know I've said a lot about her. I'm smitten with her, I guess. But if you go on the Twitter, and she never sexually harassed me, not once. So I wish. Just kidding. Nobody wants to be sexually harassed. And donate money. You can donate money to me. I mean, look, I'm doing this as for real. Like I do this as part of my life. So the goal is to make money. But I don't just if you want to send money, send money. What we'll usually do with the money is we'll buy more games, joysticks, game cards, whatever, or B, we'll buy a cheeseburger. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, my name is Van Pebble, and you can find me on the YouTube platform, and this is where I really, really love YouTube platform. First of all, I get to put all my videos from Twitch on there, which I really think is great. You take all these Twitch videos and they disappear. But if you can upload it to YouTube and it'll stay up there forever, basically. And boy, do we have a good time with it. We have 147 videos. We've done a lot of talking today, but it's all been great, hasn't it? Follow me on YouTube. Please give me a follow on there. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the stream. I hope you had a good time. We'll talk to you later. Peace.